Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. Look what I've got today. We're at the Minitropolis of Marnie, Iowa, home of Baxter Cycle, and they've been kind enough to lend me this. This is a Triumph Street Scrambler 900. A very high styled bike, reminiscent of the bikes from the old, 60s. This one's been customized a little bit. I'm going to start with the pipe. That's a stock pipe, but that's one of the most amazing parts of this motorcycle, I think. Look at the way it looks. That bent, these guards, the stainless steel here. I mean, I've been driving this and this is all cool to the touch. This is a little warm up here, but not much. I can put my hand on it. Stainless steel silencers in the back. Just an absolutely fabulous look. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. They put a custom seat on it, which lowers the seat height a little bit. This is a quilted brown seat. And they put this headache bar on here too. Triumph says it there. And then again over here in the front. Nice headlight guard. These are all Triumph accessories. And of course this mud guard on the bottom, or rock guard on the bottom. And that too is a Triumph accessory. Just an absolutely fabulous machine. They've also added these knee pads. Triumph branded also. These are all Triumph branded accessories. Just a beautiful thing. Okay, looking at the engine, she's got a 900cc parallel twin, single overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, so 8 valves total. Classic styled liquid cooled engine. It's got the 270 degree crank, 270 degree crank. So you get that good wop wop Triumph sound. Just an absolutely beautiful engine. A very classic looking motor, especially with that highly stylized pipe. You've got the fins, you've got the, this bent pipe, this beautiful guard system here, the Triumph heart. Look at that nifty metal heel guard on there that they put. Just beautiful. This engine puts out 64 horsepower and 59 foot-pounds of torque. Now what's interesting about the torque is that it comes in, maximum torque starts at about 3,200 RPM. That's very low. This bike has about a 7,000 RPM red line, idles at 1,000. At 2,000 RPM, you're probably looking at 50 foot-pounds of torque already, which means this should be an incredibly fun and easy bike to, all the power is there. You let out the clutch and she'll go forward. 5-speed transmission with a torque assist clutch. And I'm not sure what a torque assist clutch means, but I will tell you that the clutch works very well. It's also adjustable for throw. The forks are they're non-adjustable, but they're a cartridge type, 41 millimeters. They've got the boots on them, about 120 millimeters of travel. That's about 4 3/4 inches, just a little less than that. The rear has a dual coilover shocks, adjustable for compression right here. And they also have 120 millimeters of travel, which is, like I said, a little less than 4 3/4 inches of travel. So that's pretty good. But I want you to notice this. Maybe I can get a good look at it here. The color of the shocks, the color of the springs, the silver color matches the color of the tank, the lower portion of the tank. I'm always impressed by the way Triumph's handle, by the way the gas works, the very smooth gas, and I'm always impressed with the brakes. And here's the reason why. These are 310 millimeter floating disc, fixed caliper Brembos, 4 piston Brembos. 4 pistons, 1, 2, 2 on each side. The caliper's fixed, the disc floats. Isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, I always call these art, the front tire art, just gorgeous. Analog brakes on the front, analog brake on the back. The back has a 255 millimeter, there it is, twin pot in this end. Now this is a fixed disc with a floating caliper, 2 pistons on this side. The little bit I got to use it, I just loved it. We'll take it out for a ride and I'll tell you all about it. But look at this hub, isn't that cool? I love the old style there, the spokes, the black rims, just phenomenally good looking motorcycle. Tires, these have Messler Torrances on them, front and back. The fronts are 190/19s, and the rear is a 150/70/17. And look at that. 150 is about 6 inches, so that's a pretty darn wide tire. And I love the aggressive tread pattern. Very nifty looking tire. Very good looking. Very good looking. Seat height on the stock bike is about 31, a little over 31 inches, but this one has this quilted seat, and this is a slightly lower seat, so I bet it's a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch lower. I sat on the stock one in the shop, and you could definitely feel that this one was a little bit lower. The fuel tank on these is about 3.2 gallons. That's about, I think that's 15 liters. And 3.2 doesn't sound like a lot, but this bike is rated at 54 miles a gallon. So that's 150-mile range, more than 150-mile range. The bike itself has a wet weight of 492 pounds. That's with, you know, fluids, including fuel. And that's about 223 kilograms. Moving on to the switch gear. Let's look at this stuff. On this side, we've got information, mode button for rider modes, the blinkers. Triumphs always have good blinkers. Horn. On this side, we've got the kill switch, the activation switch, and the start switch. Also have a hazard light switch, fuel, and the bike is ride-by-wire. Also got these lovely Triumph mirrors. I always love the way these look. Clutch lever is adjustable for throw. You can adjust this distance here. So is the brake lever. That's a nice feature. Going up here to the dash, it has an analog speedometer. If you feel this, there's a crown to this glass, by the way. Analog speedometer with an LED display at the bottom. On the top here it says Bonneville. Got the blinkers, high beam, neutral. Let's turn around and see what she does. Look at all those lights. Traction control, engine light, ABS, oil. Okay, down here we have the road mode indicator, the mode indicator. Miles of fuel left in the tank. Let's see what else we can find. We've got a fuel gauge. The 3 modes are road mode, sport mode, and rain mode. Right now, kind of a neat, easy thing to control with the mode button right over here. Using the information button, there's a clock. Oh, RPM. I guess there is an LED RPM indicator. That's very interesting. Traction control on or off. Odometer, trip meter 1 and trip meter 2. There may be more, but those are, let's see what else we got in here. Oh, mile per gallon indicator, what your average fuel mileage is. This bike's brand new, so there is no information there. Let's put it on odometer. Okay, there's also a fuel gauge over here. It looks like an 8-bar fuel gauge. Kind of a neat looking display. I like it. We'll see how it works on the road. I like this bar. They put this pad on here. I think I talked about that already. Locking gas cap. Flip that over, you can put the key in there. Looks very good, doesn't it? I like the way it looks. Pretty darn good looking motorcycle. Let's shut her off. And just like all Triumphs, all the details taken care of. I mean, look at all this, you know, the headlight bracket cast. Beautiful headlight. All the little, you know, nothing looks out of place. Everything looks finished. Everything's just right. Just a gorgeous looking machine. And like I said, I just love this pipe. They've taken care of the details. Okay, I've talked enough. I'm gonna go take that hot rod for a ride. Let's go. Wahoo! Triumph Street Scrambler 900. Okay, immediately the first thing I notice about this is the torque. Very nice, easy clutch. Like all Triumphs, very smooth. Let's see how she spins. Good handling, very good handling. Nice, tight turning. I can't remember the wheelbase. I think it was 56 or 7 inches. I'll look that up and put it below. Howdy, y'all. Very smooth operating. I would say, I don't know what to say. Let's get a few more miles on her. I've taken the bike up and down the road a couple times here. I'm trying to figure out what she's all about. It's a very interesting, very different riding machine. I'm having a, it's very different than what I expected. And that is very interesting in itself. The bike has very good pull and an excellent sound. She likes to be revved. As you're going through the gears, there is a little bit of vibration in the handlebars, but it goes away almost immediately. We're in 4th gear right now. As soon as you're ready for 5th, there's quite a space between 4th and 5th gear. As far as comfort, I like the long, narrow seat this bike has. I can scoot all the way back like this. I can ride forward like I usually do, very upright seating. Right now, I'm sitting almost straight up and down. I got a slight forward cant. My heels are below my knees and slightly back. And I like it. It has a kind of a gritty, raspy feeling. Look at those cows over there. In Iowa, it's calf season right now, so we've got little calves all over the place. The gauge cluster, instrument panel, you know, there's no tack. Well, there is a tack actually. Let's go to it. There it is. So we're right now in 4th gear at about 3,500 RPM, picking up speed right at 60. Put ourselves into 5th. 60 miles an hour, we're tacking 3,100. This is kind of a street warrior city bike, I would say, that can do gravel. You could live on this as a single bike. You know, there's people out there that only have one motorcycle. I've heard about y'all. Well, this is a bike that could do that. You could take this on gravel easy enough. Gravel and dirt roads. And in town, this thing would just be a warrior. Just a fabulous machine in that sense. I love the way the bike looks. It's an exciting motorcycle. By the way, the transmission, I'm just downshifting here. Absolutely gorgeous transmission, just like the other Triumphs, just beautifully smooth. Very, very good operating. Iowa's busiest intersection here. Let's see what we can find out here today. This is an Iowa traffic jam. Whenever there's 2 or more cars at a stoplight or stop sign in Iowa, you write home about that. Post about it on your Facebook page. Okay, let's see what we can do about picking up speed. Terrific, terrific power, and a very controllable power. It's a gritty bike. I would think if you were wanting a bike to mimic the old Scrambler style, this would be a good bike for that. I'm absolutely amazed at how different this handles and performs compared to other Triumphs that I've ridden. It's a totally different beast in that sense. Let's try the brakes. Nobody behind us. Oh, wow. Straight as an arrow braking. Picks up speed like a banshee. Shifting is awesome. Oh, this is a dream, guys. This is a dream bike. You know, my leg, by the way, is right up against the pipe. You can see it down there. No heat whatsoever. Very comfortable. You get the riding experience of a smaller bike, but you have the guts and power of a larger bike. The bike is physically smaller than the bigger 1200s that I've ridden. You can tell that. She does way less than those bikes, but yet she is she's got loads of torque. Just loads of, I mean, it isn't that overwhelming large super power bike, but it's a bike with plenty of power. Beautiful sound, a great feel. The handling, look at this, we're going no miles an hour. Okay, look at this. It's so well balanced. I'm just no feet on the ground, able to do, and so much torque, so much low end torque. Okay, y'all, absolutely impressed. Absolutely impressed. I don't even know how to quantify what I've just experienced. The bike is a blast to drive. 900cc, loads of torque, very responsive, but not insane. Good handling, incredible feel. I don't know how Triumph does that, but they do it. They've done it with all their other bikes. Every bike has a different feel. The grittiness of a Scrambler, but yet it's a small motorcycle. Look at the lines there. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at that. The seat, the tank, the handlebars, the gauges. It's just a beautiful machine. Look at this beautiful, the number plate on the side there. Just a fabulous thing. What do I think of it? I think I like it. I think if you were going to have one motorcycle in your life, there are people out there like that. Just one motorcycle. This would be a very good one to have. You could do just about everything but tour on this bike. You could tour on this bike, you just have to have the right gear for it. Get yourself to Baxter Cycle. There it is. Take one out for a test drive. Life's too short not to, guys. Get out there and ride. Wahoo!